Recent increasing use of chemicals by the fascist gender forces during airstrikes and drone attacks in battlefields in villages has been a real concern. My personal observation as an ex-army officer is that it is because the gender used it to annihilate the resistant while suffering extensive setbacks in losses in Rakhine to the west, Kachin in the north, in southeastern Korean states, where many hunter soldiers fleeing into neighboring Thailand while the ethnic armies encroaching upon to central Burma, where there are ammunition factories. They constitute a violent blow to the helpless hunter. My sources inform me that the hunters' efforts to replenish the bombs from Russia still is not enough, and they have no other choice but to resort to highly lethal chemical weapons. There are collected from a battleground in Korean state earlier this month, causing immediate discomfort such as extreme fatigue, dizziness, eye and skin irritation, and breathing difficulty in those who were exposed to it. The long-term ill effects of this chemical is still to be observed. It is surprising to learn upon investigation that this highly toxic substance S-Phos 560 is primarily used as a pesticide and fumigation agent. It is not included in the list of web agents mentioned in the Chemical Weapons Convention. That shows that the gender might be the first in history to use this pesticide as a cheap chemical weapons. In addition to this, there have been unknown yellow gases released mid-air according to those in the battlefield. Although the use of chemical weapons in international armed conflicts is prohibited under international humanitarian law by the 1925 Geneva Protocol and Hague Conventions of 1899 and 1907, and the 1993 Chemical Weapons Convention prohibits signatories from acquiring, stockpiling, developing, and using chemical weapons in all circumstances except for very limited purposes. Chemical warfare has been uncontrollable during the two world wars in the last century, and sadly that continues until today. The most recent one being the Russo-Ukraine war. A recent U.S. aid package to Ukraine included nuclear, chemical, and radiological protective equipment, according to Wikipedia. As for the freedom fighters here, most of us only have to resort to using multi-layer masks soaked in water to prevent the chemicals from being inhaled, and obviously it gives minuscule, if any, protection. So we have tried our best to obtain these protective gears using our very limited resources and our in-depth groups from Japan and a few other countries who sent a number of these equipment, but this is still far from sufficient, and it is hoped that such humanitarian non-lethal aids can be arranged by the governments in the leading role of democracy as well as international aids groups. to prevent or reduce human suffering and to minimize loss of life, while we, the people of Burma, struggling for our terrorist freedom. Thank you. Welcome. Please help our effort escape from military hunter dictatorship.